All right, guys, on this segment, we're going to be talking about what records do I need to keep for my business. Record keeping is vital. There's courses that are just on record keeping, and you probably don't think that this is anything special, but guess what? It is probably the most vital thing in the world. Why? Because you will be summoned for records if you ever go through an audit, if you ever have an employment dispute, if you ever have the federal government come in and ask you for certain things like I-9s, employment contracts, whatever else. I mean, the records need to be there, right? And you need to do good record keeping, a good filing structure, a good system, and a good record keeping documentation process. Personally, what do? I have Dropbox. Every company has business. It has orders, my payables, my receivables, everything's there so that I could share that folder with my accountant. I could share that folder with certain people. Certain people have access to it where they can upload to it or move things or change things, and that's great. So you need to make sure that you do good record keeping, because like I said on earlier segments of this, the faster that you can recall a record, the more proficient and efficient you are, and the higher respect somebody will have for you as an authority figure because you have your ish together, right? Why are they important? Tax compliance, like I said, audits, financial analysis. I've been audited by the IRS. I've had problems with employment before, employment division. I've had issues come up later on. And these are things that weren't my fault, but ultimately, guess what? If I didn't have the records to prove it, I would have been the one in violation, paying massive amounts of money or having the business shut down. Permits, part of that is record keeping, right? Licenses, record keeping, all of it, it matters. So, what are key business records? Financial records, receipts, invoices, payroll, all of it. What I do is, even if it's on a program, I have a Dropbox structure that I put my folders in. Why? All of my payroll goes somewhere, all of my payables, all my receivables, all my receipts, any hard receipt. I take the hard receipt and I actually keep that so that it's logged later on, because key point, you go to the IRS to get audited, you can't take those hard receipts in. They want to see all those receipts in a sheet, a Google sheet or an Excel document with the hard ones submitted so that they can verify certain ones in there, right? You got to do the work. You might as well do it up front. Now, what I do is I take any hard documents or hard records at the end of the year, and I go take those in and I get them scanned with an OCR scanning on it, which means I can get PDFs for the different folders or the different boxes that these files are in, and the papers within each file, and I could search those documents. So if I ever get asked for something later on, boom, I just send the document over and they have it. So easy, so simple, makes it work. Legal records, other records to keep, legal records, contracts, permits, customer records, transactions, agreements. All of these are very, very critical. If you don't have these, you're literally very careless and very reckless. And actually that could be a federal crime. If you don't keep good records, depending on what business and industry you're in, it's a federal crime, and it's bad actor. Essentially what it could come down to, or others, because you're not keeping the right records. Corporations, they need to have minutes. Every month they need to do minutes and meetings. That needs to be kept and kept and logged. So these are things, the better you can do, the better you will be in the future. And why I say the Dropbox, because yes, you can have QuickBooks, yes, you can have PayPal, yes, you can have Stripe, but guess what? When it comes down to it, if you have one folder where you can just save these, every month you go in and you save all your invoices, all your orders, everything. All you have to do is go into your Dropbox, or even have your VA go into your Dropbox. Somebody has a request, hey, boom, there you go. For instance, I got requested one time for a real estate transaction, and they said we need to see all your businesses and all your bank accounts for the last year. Within 2 minutes of that request, I had one link that had every business and every bank account and every bank statement for the last 10 years readily available and sent to them literally within 2 minutes. If I got asked for that and I didn't have that, that would have been weeks of trying to source it from every bank and everything else. Why? Because the little time was put up front saving everything. When I pay my bills every month, or my VA pays the bills, they save the documents into these folders and it's already there. That's the SOP for that. Make it make sense and make it easy for yourself in the future. A couple of seconds now literally saves you hours in the future, right? So tools for record keeping. Obviously, Xerox, QuickBooks. There's other accounting softwares that you can use. Other tools are going to be scanners. If you scan all your documents in your office and you make that part of your procedure there, and it can have the OCR on it, which is really how you search the document to find things, even better. If not, Just go throughout the year, save the documents, file everything in folders, and then take that into a document scanning service. And what they will do is they will look at it, they will scan it in, and they will give you the files, and you'll be good to go there. Okay? How long to keep records? IRS guidelines and legal standards, it's gonna depend. Typically 7 to 8 years. I keep everything 10 years, right? 10 years or more. What I do is actually, if it's digital, you got it for a lot longer. But I will tell you this, the more records that you keep, the better you are. If you don't save your bank statements, even if they give them the statement online, they only keep them on their online platform, depending on the bank, for 3 years to 4 years. Well, guess what? If it's 5 years later, or if it's a couple years later, other companies like cell phone records and stuff, I believe, are less. If you go to ask them for those statements, what are they gonna charge? Exactly, they're gonna charge you. Why? Because they have to take the time to go back and generate the document. They have to take the time to go back and generate the data. Sometimes you can't even get the data. They parse the data, they get rid of it, and it's not there anymore. So save these things and make sure you save them. It's so vitally important. I've harped on this so many times here, and I'm talking to you from real world examples. I'm still going through it now. So anyways, what's up next? What online resources can help with my business? We'll see you on the next one.